Chapter 1033. After Raznik's death, Mendez's family, Ian and others were already frightened. In a short time, 2 people have died in front of them, and everyone's death is so miserable. The beggar elder who drove the Jeep Wrangler was originally the envy of everyone. He had money and status, and he drove a luxury car. However, just a few minutes ago, his luxury car became his steel coffin. But in front of them, Raznik's desperate tragic situation shocked their hearts. Alex asked Adam Smith with a cold face at this time, "Where are the other core members of the beggar gang?" Adam Smith said, "Master, rest assured that I have notified all our forces in South Haven. They are already working, and these people will soon be brought over one by one." "Okay," Alex nodded and sneered, "today, none of the core members of the beggar gang will live." All the people and horses of Anderson family hiding in South Haven began to move, and the members of the gang kidnapped from various places were sent to the bridge one by one. 2 of the 9 elders of the beggar gang have died, and the remaining 7 have been taken one after another. The 2 deputy leaders of the beggar gang were also brought to the scene at this time. After the members of the beggar gang gathered, one by one was frightened and collapsed. None of the later gang dared to believe that someone dared to destroy the entire gang of beggars in South Haven. Behind the gang of beggars, Fury of the Whale family is supporting him. Why don't even Fury care about this group of people? Alex stood in front of this group of people at this time, and said to Adam Smith beside him, "Let people bring steel bars over, and give me all the hands of these people and tie them up tightly with steel bars." 1 gang leader, 2 deputy gang leaders, 7 elders, and 9 people knelt in a row. The first one was Han, the gang leader who just killed his wife. Alex's phone has not stopped recording. At this time, he pointed the viewfinder at Han and said with a smile, "Come on, introduce yourself, what is it called? What is it for?" Han looked at him coldly, gritted his teeth and said, "You f***ing pretend to be here with me, I know I will not survive today. If you want to kill, kill, but my brother-in-law will definitely take revenge for me. Then he will take you. Thousands of corpses." Alex nodded and smiled, and said disdainfully, "I, the least believer, is how kind a person can be." After all, he looked at everyone kneeling in front of him, including Mendez's family and Ian, and said sharply, "I can tell you very responsibly that today is your anniversary. None of you can live today, but die. There are also many different ways. Some methods of death may be painful, and some methods of death may not be painful. Whether it is painful or less painful depends on your performance." Later, Alex looked at Han and smiled, "Didn't you, Han, just behave very kindly? Then you have chosen the painful way of death. I will let you do what you want." A panic flashed in Han's eyes. He didn't know what exactly Alex would do to torture himself. At this time, Alex said to Adam Smith, "Take off all the clothes on this person, and then use a knife to cut me thin cuts on him. The more you cut, the better, and the wound should not be too deep. But it must bleed. In this case, use a helicopter to lift it up and put it in the river, so that the fish in the water can eat the wounds on his body. If there's enough time, he can be eaten into a bone."